There's some behind-the-scenes footage of the video you guys shot. I'm not gonna say the word, but it's called "Made N-Words,"
Yes.
where Tupac is kind of coaching you guys about how to act. You know, was Tupac always just giving you guys game and just?
Yeah, he was always like that, dropping game on us, like, you know what I mean? Like, what you guys doing? Then Pac was funny. You dudes don't know how to rap? He's a come to us and talk stuff like that to pump us up, you know what I mean? And that's how he motivated us.
I also seen that there was a fight
Yes.
on the set of the video.
Yes.
Is there anything you can tell me about that?
Well, that fight, man, there was a crazy dude who I was arguing with the dude, and he was a stunt man, but he was like an ex-vet army dude, you know what I mean? And we kept getting into it, and he said something to me. I kept thinking I don't want to mess up the video shoot, but me and him kept going tit for tat, back and forth, and I think he said something like, we can go in the alley. And I kind of told Pac, I was like, Pac, man, this dude keep talking slick, man. He say he want to go in the alley. We should let us just beat him up. And Pac like, no, don't worry, just stay focused. And then it kept getting out of control. And I forget what he did, but we just started fighting the guy. Me and him, and then Castro jumped in it, then Pac jumped in it. And then the dude was crazy. He went and got a gun. The good thing we left. After that, Pac was like, I'm leaving. We got in the limo. The dude went and got his car and came back with the gun. Gobi was telling me this, because Gobi used to shoot the video. He said, man, as soon as you guys left, he came back. This guy was a crazy army vet, and I guess he just wanted to prove himself. This was a grown man. I'm like 17 years old, but I guess he knew he had a gun in the car, so I guess he was looking to provoke us. You know what I mean? That's what it seemed like. Like
another guy testing you
guys.
Yeah,
like some people just crazy. He probably wanted an excuse to do something or use his gun. You know what I mean? So we jumped him and we left, you know. Good thing we left, because I think he thought he was in Iraq or something. He came back. He came back with that gun.
He had some serious PTSD.
Yeah.
You mentioned Gobi.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about what he, his role with Tupac and everything?
Yeah, Gobi, man. Gobi a real nice dude. I think he don't get a lot of recognition, man. But Gobi, he's originally from Iran. And Pac wanted to start a production company, and he wanted Gobi and his wife at that time, Tracy. Tracy also don't get a lot of recognition. She did a lot, you know what I mean? So Pac had them shooting all the videos. We was gonna do a movie. This is before rappers was doing movies. We actually did like a short film. They shot like, two of America's Most Wanted, the Made video, Hit 'Em Up. Like they started coming around, and also Pac was having them just walking around recording. So Gobi, Pac wanted to deal. They had a company together, but after Pac died, of course, everything went disarray. I spoke to Gobi not too long ago, and I think he said that he lost all the footage and videos, or somehow he had to give it up to the estate now. So I know that's hard, because he recorded all these things. But Gobi he's a very nice dude, crazy Iranian, we used to call him.
Man, so there's all this unreleased footage of Tupac's last days. How long was he following him with the camera?
For months, definitely.
Months?
For months, yeah, for months.
Months of footage of Tupac.
Months of footage. So he lost it. So he said, man, the footage was worth millions. He had somebody do a evaluation on it, and what can he do?
What do you mean by he lost it? He had to give it to the estate?
He had to give it to the estate. He went to court, and the judge ruled that the estate has the right to take the video.
That's one thing I never understood. It was like there's all these people who, it's from what I know about the law, is if you record something with your camera, you own it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because it was production
they were
company.
Partners.
Yeah, they was partners. So once a person passed away, the estate owns everything that belongs to that person. So Pac estate, if he said this was Pac company and Pac told you to film it, maybe it automatically go to Pac. But it's still hurtful, because Gobi is the one who did all that footage. He the one who, but he's still in good spirits when I talk to him. He's always positive,
Do you communicate with the estate or anything, or?
Last time I spoke to Molly, a couple months ago. Every once in a while we talk, but it wasn't really, really nothing much,
Any news on anything being released or anything?
I don't know, man. Because I don't deal with the music anymore. I never really asked him about that type of stuff, I was trying to bring over, Pac have that restaurant that they doing called Mecca's or whatever. They doing these pop-up stores. I wanted to do one in Saudi Arabia, and we was discussing it, but it didn't go through.
Okay. This brings us to the New York stuff.
Yes.
I think you were there, or you guys went to New York,
Yes.
and at one point you guys run into Nas. Now,
Yes.
there's like so many different versions of this situation out there
Yeah.
that it as a fan, you know what I'm saying? You're just trying to like piece everything together and
Yeah.
figure everything out, man. So can you tell me what, from your side of everything?
You basically we ran into some of Nas' boys at the concert. I mean at the I think his little brother, whatever, Jungle, whatever, he had some words with Pac, and we ran into him there. I remember he had one dude. I jumped behind once I seen Pac arguing with him. I literally jumped behind him. And Nas, when I spoke to him recently, not too long ago, he told me who that dude was. I remember it was one dude like on the side watching us. And I guess it's somebody from their hood who know karate. So he was just being cut in the cut. And I remember seeing that dude, and I mentioned it in one of my interviews, and Nas was like, yeah, that was such and such. Because I remember, because when he saw me jump behind Nas' boy or one of his boys, when Pop was arguing, because I wanted to be right behind him so I could just start swinging. And that dude was looking at me like, little man, like in a way, like an OG looking at a little dude like, y'all need to quit. You know what I mean? Later on, I found out that was one of Nas' homies. So when we first had that little run into him, everything calmed down. We went to the park.
So Tupac and Nas were talking at this time?
One of his little brother, Jungle, was
okay, so
mouthing
Tupac
off.
and Jungle were talking.
Yeah, but security stopped everything, you know what I mean?
Was it confrontational?
Yeah, it was confrontational. He said something slick. No, he didn't. I don't recall him saying something slick. I just remember I heard Pac saying, bro, why you keep walking close to me? That's what I heard. And then when the dude said something back, security came, and that's when, it was something was going to happen. And security stopped everything. Then later on, we went to the park. I was with all my homies from Jersey. Gaddafi and they boys from Jersey was there. And with Nas just started walking towards Pac. He's with his boys. So when we saw that, we started walking towards Nas, and him and Pac started talking. You couldn't really hear because it was a lot of noise. It was music playing. They had a lot of dudes with them. We had a lot of dudes with them. We were strapped. I'm sure they were strapped. And then we just saw him and Pac embrace and hug, shake hands and hug. So when you hear all these other stories, people putting a twist on it, Nas wasn't no punk. You know what I mean? He walked straight up to us. A lot of people don't like to say the truth. I like to just be as just as I can, you know what I mean? The truth was Nas seen us and he started walking over. When Pac seen it, he started walking over. They spoke like two men, hugged, and they embraced. And Pac was like, man, when I get back to LA, I'm gonna take every song that I diss Nas, I'm gonna remove it. He's like, man, we had a good conversation. It wasn't no beef. Nas never dissed me. I misunderstood it. He don't got no problems with me. Once I get back, I'm gonna remove every track that I diss him on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was something positive to see.
Was Suge there?
Suge was there, but I don't think he was right up with us at that particular. He might have been in the cut watching. He wasn't there. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he was right there when we were speaking to Nas. But I'm sure he was in the park somewhere.
You mentioned that it would have been a bloodbath.
Of course, because, bruh, the Jersey dudes that I roll with, and I see some interviews with, like, some of Fatal homies and them, they was there as well. But the dudes that I was with, they were strapped. I was with killers. Dudes from the part of Jersey I'm from, Irvington and Newark, is a bunch of crazy dudes. So they was there looking for some problems, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I'm sure Nas boys also, we in New York, and I'm sure they were strapped. And then you got Fatal and Gaddafi and them boys, I'm sure some of them also were strapped. But I know the dudes that I was with, that mentality, you know what I mean? I know it would have been, my brothers was there, it would have been crazy, It definitely probably would have been something crazy.
Now you guys worked this out with Nas, and
Yes.
I heard the entourage was so big that you guys just had to walk wherever you were going.
Yeah, we had to walk. And I remember after that, Pac was waiting for the limos pulled up too slow, and he got an attitude. He used to always catch these temper tantrums with Suge, like, man, I'm just gonna walk back to the hotel or something like that. And he just walked through the city, and he just started giving out money. He just started giving $100 bill, $50, you know what I mean? He would just start giving out money to people.